You can see the default plant nitro really quick, just like that. That's going to kill them every single time. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another operator strat one. This is going to be Mira this time. First Mira video I've done on the channel. So we're going to jump right in. We're on Villa first, and then we're going to move to a bank strat I like doing, and then a clubhouse strat that I like doing as well. So I'll go over the reinforcements first here before anything. So you want to reinforce this wall here on Aviator. By the way, if you didn't notice, this is for the AVG site, which is the most common on the map. You want to reinforce the hunting vaults wall, of course. Default stuff here. Get these main two walls. I'm not going to reinforce them for time purposes because, you know, they should be reinforced. And then reinforce this wall here on games. Just like that. Make your rotate here as well really quick. I would make it like runnable like that. Make it pretty skinny though, so they can't really see into sight if they get control of one of the rooms. Kind of like this. This wall is a really hard one to make rotates on. It's very annoying, but got the job done. Next, you want to make footholds here on the close panels to the door. One right there, and then one right here. And you do this so it's harder for them to walk up here in the hallway, pretty much. Like when they're trying to push this now, you're going to see their whole lower half of their body, and they're not going to see anything in here, even if they crouch. Like if you're on the bar here, they're not going to see you up there. It's going to be a free kill. I made these a little too high. Like partly, like these gaps shouldn't be here, but it still works. Usually I don't do it with Mira shotgun. Put your reinforcements next to those as well, of course. And after this, I'm going to show you where the mirrors go. I think that's pretty much all the walls. Let me see. Yeah, it's all the walls you want to get on site. And now it's up to you. If you're with a team, you can do these reinforcements as well. But if you're not, I would just don't even worry about this, honestly. So reinforce this wall and this wall here, kind of like you would when you're holding statue as a site. I'd recommend having 2 or 3 people on the room, probably 2 at least if you're in ranked. Maybe somebody holding like an Astra here and watching this window for any repellers or the stairs for any Ash crouch walkers. Make your head holes here, again, just like you would if you're holding the statue site. And if you want, you can extend these head holes all the way into the bathroom. Kind of like that. Now you got the long angle. And this will counter them very well if they're doing like a full map clear. You can just throw your mirror right on here like this. And you can watch the bathroom window jump in. You can watch the other windows from here. Really good mirror. I'd recommend doing this one too if you're on the statue site. Mirror's fine for that site, not as good. And for your other mirror, if you're playing this site, just a bonus tip, put it up the far right here with your rotate on this side. But anyways, back to the site. I would not recommend doing that if you're like SoloQ or something. Don't even try to extend with a mirror over there. That's going to be a bad idea. Just a tip, you see me on the Astra window, shoot the glass just like that. You will hear any repellers or omrus flying in way quicker than you would. First mirror though, if you're just playing on the site, put it right here. Even if you don't have a mirror, you should always make head holes on this wall, by the way. Also, if you get closer, the holes are going to be skinnier, just saying. Another pro tip, just like that. You don't need anything crazy. If you want, you can make high holes here. They can just grenade a lot easier from outside that way. So I wouldn't do it personally, because you're not going to be C4ing this usually. That's a far C4 to hit. Because if you want to throw it behind the catch, you're going to have to be exposed fully. Otherwise, you have to throw it from here. And it's going to be 50-50 if it can reach or not. For your next mirror, though, I never see people running this, but this is very good. I've seen it run in competitive play, but not in ranked as much. But if you make a mirror right here, now you can see the default plant right here. You can see forward as well. I always make like a vaultable rotate here, a little tiny one. Not big enough. I ran out of ammo because I've been making so many holes across the map as well. But there you go. Just like this. Gotta love the debris. But yeah, that way you can see the default plant. Like, what is this? You can see the default plant nitro really quick, just like that. That's going to kill them every single time. And this is the other default plan. If they like tuck right here, you can barely see their head on the little thing. So I can C4 that one too, just like that. That'll kill them every time. Look at those C4 throws right on point first try. So yeah, this is how I usually hold this. Again, you want to reinforce these walls. If I didn't make that clear already. If I had more ammo, if I didn't waste it on the other side of the map, I would also make like high holes here, get a teammate too. Maybe even reinforce this wall for more cover in the site if they end up pushing in like this. And that's just more angles they have to deal with now. If you make like punch holes here or something. Well, you know, if a painting doesn't get in the way of it. Say like this, though, kind of. Again, if the painting doesn't get in the way of it. Like, whatever. You can hold that, though, I guess. You get the point of what I was trying to say there. But yeah, I do like peeking this angle. It's hard to get the shots off because of the handle here, the way the mirror is, like, angled towards the door like that. So you have to swing out a little farther. Just be careful of that. Also, if they push in this door, you know they're, like, planting here tucked, you can also see for that one, too. Like this. Easy little throw. That's why this mirror is so strong. I know people always used to run like this one. If they reinforce this wall, they would put it on there and have like the twin mirror across that one. But you can't really deny the default plant from there. This one, you can easily deny that every time. And nobody's going to go below for this mirror because nobody does this mirror either. Like the odds of this getting shot from below would be insane. That'd just be unlucky. Like, see, you're in the hallway right here. Nobody goes down here and tries to buck this spot. If they're going to buck or grenade, they're going to do it from here behind the bar or just right here on the wall, probably. So you should be pretty safe on that mirror. And it's also hard to get from, like, an Habana or an Ace because they have to actually commit in and throw in study, and you can, like, shoot them, obviously. Or they have to, like, get it from this door, and you can also shoot that. And you should have a teammate, like, playing here. There shouldn't be an enemy this early in the round right here. Just throwing ace charges casually. That won't happen usually. There's pretty much everything with his strat though, honestly. Again, I'd make head holes here and maybe here. Or even all the way across. You don't have to reinforce this, just an extra thing for cover. You have plenty of reinforcements on this site. If you get these two, that's all my reinforcements, and I reinforced 2 across the map, so never have to worry about running out. Just don't make the mistake of reinforcing this wall off, and don't make the mistake either of reinforcing these off. Again, I'll show you how the angle looks for me now, because I did the attacker's point of view. Like, if you're playing on this bar here, like, they're never going to look up here and see you. You're going to see the whole lower half of their body, though. Make sure you're aiming, like, at the upper part of their body or their head level, so you can just headshot them like that. You can just drag and headshot when they start walking in. And if they prone, you're going to see them way quicker, too. You'll see their whole body, like, on the ground going slow-mo. Free kills if people peek you off this. I don't know why. People always try to peek me off this one. And I could swing it like that and get a free kill. Unless I run out of ammo like I just did. But yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for this setup. There's not much else to go over. I've already showed you, like, the little C4 throw to the defaults. Yeah, Mira is a powerhouse here. The strat is really good in SoloQ if you do this exactly how I did it too. Just remember, don't do the extension if you're SoloQ. Never want to try that. But on to the next one. Okay, so this is going to be a Mira strat in the most popular site, or at least the best site. No doubt about it in my mind. The lockers bomb site in the basement. So you're going to have a choice again. You're not going to have a choice in this one, though. I'll show you the first mirror right away. You want to put it far left. Again, like I said, you want to put it far left like that. That's just a pro mirror tip. You don't want to put it like in the middle or something so it's easier to peek off. It doesn't really have the same effect when you're on a single wall, but if you're on like a double wall, you can really tell what I'm talking about. It's easy to misplace it. Make this vaultable right here, by the way. Kind of like that. Get it all the way across so you can have clean C4 tosses. Make sure it's vaultable like that, though, so you have a lot of cover if you're, like, proning back here like this. You do this, by the way, I see people, like, make this all the way open every time, but you do this. So now you can safely make maybe even a little lower. Kind of like that. That's good now. Maybe I went too low now. You get the point, though, what I'm trying to say. You want cover here, if you have your C4 pre-ripped and they try to go for the default plant, you can toss that thing out there and get a free kill every time. I almost do that too far. That's crazy. I have one hell of an arm when I'm throwing these C4s. For the reinforcements, by the way, your first 5 are going to go on hatches. No 4. You want to get this hatch here in elevator. You always want to get these ones too. Get this one in vault. And then you want to get the 2 obvious sight ones. This one right here on red. And then the actual sight one in CC. It's up to you if you want to reinforce this. I'd only do it if you're holding in server hard, but I just reinforce it off personally and hold here. And if you're not holding this at all, you're just giving this up, I would just open it up and make it harder for them to come in for more pressure. Then you want to reinforce these walls. If you're in ranked, especially if you're just SoloQ, I'd recommend just reinforcing these. No point in making like fancy little holes in them or something. Just reinforce them off and make them do the work for it, because they probably won't in ranked. If they do, then, I mean, holes anyway, right? If you are holding lockers, though, just another tip, I would like make a rotation here on the right so you can come back to the site easier without having to go through the door and expose yourself too much. But you don't have to. This works too. Make head holes here. By the way, I reinforced this one off so you have more cover in the red hall, like if you're playing back here. And then you can swing off the thing and shoot the default right here. Just like that. You can also swing and shoot the default here, by the way. It is harder to see if they're doing like the tucked plant, like way outside of it, but you can get a pretty good angle still. They're going to be covering it though through the cracks, so be careful. I would just literally go prone and throw the C4, so you're fully safe. You don't have to swing out like this with your C4. It's good, by the way, another pro tip. If you have a pulse right here in Gold Vault, you can see all the information. You'll know exactly what they're planting default. Like, go into a custom game with a friend or something, or just you'll get used to it eventually. If you see the player right here on this ping, here, I'll ping it for you. Right there. If you see their heartbeat reach that point, they're probably going for a plant, if it's not moving or anything, of course. And then you can call it to your teammate, just the one that's going prone right here with a C4 pre-rip so they don't hear it. Prone up a little bit, throw that thing, and free denial. If you have like 2 or 3 teammates playing near red hall, including the pulse, then you can stop a lot of plants going on. That's going to be the main push on bank, of course, which is the whole point of this Mira strat. Oh, another pro tip I forgot to show you. I ran out of shotgun ammo. If you shoot the wall off the other side, I call it shaving the Mira. Now you're going to have a lot more vision on it, on the corners and the sides. So I can see like far into the site now off this side. And it is good for the drop of the hatch right here. Very nice. And if you want, you can put a Mira right here too. It's either that or just the garage one. Everybody knows about this one. I've seen it done all the time. It just stops them from pushing garages easy, basically. I put that far right so you can swing off the door a little easier. Just like this. If they are in there now, you can just kind of swing them like that every time. And it should be freebies. Again, you can shave it if you want. Just do this during the prep phase. Don't want to expose yourself to garage if somebody's already in. Just like this. And you can get some free kills off that if they're just holding an angle on you with Peeker's advantage. Just be careful of your main. You always want barber traps on that. Also, make a rotate here to get to the other site. Just like that. Another good Mira to do, if you put one on this wall, like reinforce this side or this side even works. You can do them like way back here in Locker's site. Like this. And if you have holes here, you can see like way deep into the site, but for full safety like that. So if you have a smoke playing this, you can easily quick peek them back there. I said this one, by the way, because if you just quick peek them off this, you're a little bit more safer when you're doing it. Here you have to expose your whole body to all the angles if they're opening this already. You have more vision on this one, though. I'd recommend doing this side for the Mira if you do that instead of the garage one. You don't need to do this if you have somebody playing garage already, like an Echo or something. I would make line of sight here. Don't reinforce this off, by the way, if you don't have a Mira. You always want to open it up, full line of sight, like headshot level. If you're playing garage and you don't have a Mira, Because then you can stop the default plane right here. I can't show you. Actually, I can. If I pop that, I can probably get an angle, right? Yeah. There's the default right there. Just another pro tip for you guys. Even if this gets popped later on, I guess, and you still have garage control, you can just go back here. Say it's a 2v1 late in the round, they never push garage, just pop this mirror, go back here, hold the default, and you are good. You can even see far behind the bomb right there. A lot of good angles on that, especially if you don't have a mirror canister on it and a reinforcement. That's pretty much it for everything on this site. And don't reinforce this if you don't have the mirror, by the way, because you can get like a long angle if you make a hole right here and throw smokes all the way back. Or just peek off of it. Yeah, I pretty much went over everything. There's not much more to it. I love playing Bank. Bank's one of my favorite maps to play. I know a lot of people hate it, so hopefully this one will help you guys out if you do despise Bank. You can kind of play this site the same way without the mirror too. I just reinforce this one off and this one. Make head level holes here and a vaultable here. The same exact way I did it without the mirror. And yeah, I like playing Echo here too. Echo video coming soon for sure. That'll be one of my next ones. I promise you guys. I love playing Echo and Vaults here and just holding the back down. I am the Vault Gremlin. I was called that actually by somebody on my messages. But yeah, I think that's everything for Bank, like I said. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, we're going to be loading into Clubhouse now. I'm actually going to go the off-site. It's becoming more of a primary one though, for sure, here on Jib Bedroom. Do not want to go recruit. I'd recommend Mira on this map a lot if it's not banned. She's also good in the basement site. So first though, reinforce this single wall here in bathroom. Don't reinforce the left. And I'll show you why. This is the more common Mira, I feel like. I do see people doing this one a little bit. Make a vaultable hole here, kind of like you were doing on Bank. It is hard. Again, this material is very weird. Some of these maps. There you go, though. Shave the mirror off just to show you how good it looks like that when you're peeking off it. Just like so. Obviously, you want to get these outside walls reinforced on Jacuzzi. For purposes of this video, though, I'm going to open this up just to show you the angles you can get. Just like that. They're probably going to try to Habana this or ace it after they get this wall open. Probably an ace, I'd imagine. So just be careful of that. If you need to, you can C4 out your mirror really quick. Kind of like this. If you're in a jam late in the round and you know it's their last piece of utility, you can get it off and preserve the mirror. Sometimes it's worth a C4, if we're being honest. You want to make the rotate here, though. Well, actually, I'm just thinking of something. I'd also recommend, like, opening the top here up. If you do this and you have a guy with impacts playing here, they can literally keep this closed the entire round. You just impact up here. And it will keep anything off the wall if they, like, go to ace it or Habana. So, another pro tip for you guys. I'd have, like, a Wamai or whoever playing with impacts behind this mirror. Mira should be holding the other one that I'll show you. Make a rotate here into a gold. I see a lot of people reinforcing this off in the lower ranks. I don't know why. But yeah, like when I started my copper to champion, like everybody was reinforcing this for some reason. I don't understand. I put it here though in the middle kind of, so it's safe from the bed, but also safe from the window more so, because you should be reinforcing this wall next. Reinforce the second one over from the corner, like that. That covers you again from the window here. I'll ping it for you. So when you're around this rotate now, they can't get like a good angle now into that. So as long as you rotate here, you should be good. The window's like right there. You could even move this farther to the right if you want, but again, the window, you'll start to see that a little bit more. So I put it in the middle like this. You can also do it standing if you want to run in faster, but if they drop this hatch with a rush or something, they can just get into sight just like that. So I'd recommend crash level. That's how I always do it, even with Frost. Also, I have no shotgun ammo somehow, so make footholes across this entire wall here. You've probably seen this many times too, but Yeah, just do that. Your next mirror, though, let's move on to that finally. Reinforce this wall on the right. Put it right here like that. And I just make like a vaultable rotate next to it, kind of like I have been for my mirrors. I've been doing it throughout the video, that like the same way. So that way if you need to rotate, you can, but the attackers can't just run through. They would have to vault, and they're not going to challenge that probably. So yeah, just like this. Pretend I just shaved the mirror again. It made a vaultable rotate there. This is good too. If you're playing here and they try to push your door, you can just C4 them every time. Or just shoot them. Some people try to overuse C4s, I'm telling you. Another good thing, if you're playing this early in the round with your mirror, try to listen for audio when they're stomping around, and you can get a free C4 kill on that. Very ratty, but fun. Trying to see if I miss anything. I think that's pretty much it. The site's decently simple besides the extension here. I like going Frost 2 for all the windows. Good last resort. Obviously, you want to reinforce this single wall off from construction, because it goes right to outside. I reinforce this off too because I'm not playing in here, but if you are extending into a CCTV over here, not CCTV, but cache and CCTV, make head holes like that so you can hold the site jump ins like this. You can see this window and this window all the way from here. That's good to do if you have like a castle extension here on this window, but either way works. It's also good just to open this up like this so the attackers don't feel safe out here. Which brings me to the next point, reinforce these walls if you're doing this extension. If you're not doing this extension, again, just reinforce off those head holes I just made. And don't even worry about playing over here. Just give it up. Just give it up. This one right here, just reinforce that. You can even barricade this if you want to, but if your teammate's playing there, I just let them. Don't barricade them in. Also, you can use your shotgun to open this for rotates later if you need. If you're playing in here, though, reinforce that outside wall, then you can reinforce these two. Make a rotate here on main stairs so you can rotate off that. And yeah, you're pretty much good. You can even open these holes up here up. This was an old Pro League strat here, but you can impact trick this wall as well if they try to breach it. Again, I'm going very in-depth here. You're probably never going to be extending that far out in a normal ranked game, but it does happen at the high levels of play. So I want to keep you guys informed on all that. Just in case you see it. Now you'll know at least. Or if you want to try it with your team. It is fun to try that kind of stuff out with your squad. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it here. Also, I reinforced this wall. It is good to have this reinforced late. Keep a pocket reinforcement, so if you didn't reinforce that one like I was just going over, you'll have one left, and you can reinforce this later in the round if they breach the outside one. That's usually going to happen when you don't have the mirror, because if you do have this mirror here, I would not reinforce this off, obviously. That's pretty much everything, though. I'm very in-depth with this site. Clubhouse is a very in-depth map, though. There's a lot you can do on Clubhouse. It's been in the game for so long, but there's still so much different ways you can play it. At least on this gym site. This gym site is one of my favorites to play because of that. It's very unique with the different things you can do and the different takes and different holds and such. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one and found it helpful. Tell me if you tried these Mira strats out in your games and tell me how they went. Hopefully well. If you did learn something new, though, leave a like down there below. That helps me out a ton. I just hit 2,000 subscribers the other day, too, which is insane to me. So I appreciate all the support I've been getting recently. And we're going to be on to 3,000 next, I guess. Also, follow me on TikTok if you made it this far into the video. I do a lot of tips and tricks and guides there, too. Recently had 100 followers on there. I just started out a couple weeks ago, and it's been going very well. But yeah, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!